A good evening from a bitterly cold Staplewood ahead of tonight's Premier League 2 Division 2 match between Southampton and West Bromwich Albion. Having beaten Stoke 2-0 last week, Saints go in search of back-to-back wins this evening. Standing in their way tonight, the division's bottom side, West Brom, who haven't won away from home in the league all season. Southampton under-23s coach Radi Jaidi makes one change to the side that beat the Potters at St George's Park last week, with Sam McQueen coming in for Will Wood. So Saints will line up with Jack Rose in goal, a back four of Jan Valery, Aaron O'Driscoll, Alfie Jones and Sam McQueen at left back. The two in midfield this evening, the holding midfielders, will be Ben Rowthorne and Callum Slattery. In front of those, the attacking midfielders in the form of Josh Sims wide right, Tyreek Johnson wide left and Jake Hesketh up the middle. Just in behind the lone striker tonight, Michael Obafemi will lead the line for the Saints this evening. On the bench for Southampton, Kingsley Latham, Will Wood, Harry Hamblin, Nathan Teller and Olufella Olumola. West Brom, they make 5 changes to their side that won their last game in Premier League 2 at home to Fulham last Monday, a 2-1 win. Out go Hawkins, Fitzwater, Melbourne, Brown and Bradley. In come Ferguson, McCourt, Clayton, Phillips, Field and Azaz. West Brom will line up with a 4-4-2. Alex Palmer in goal, Dan Meredith, Nathan Ferguson, Kyle Jameson and Robbie McCourt across the back. A midfield of Jonathan Lecco, Raheem Harper, Sam Field and Nick Clayton Phillips. It'll be Finn Azaz just in behind, Callum Morton up front for West Brom. On the bench for the Baggies this evening, Evan Pearce, Ben Pearce the substitute goalkeeper, Zach Brown, Aram Solman and Alex Bradley. Saints currently 9th in the table at the moment, could potentially move up to 8th with a win or even a draw depending on how Wolves get on elsewhere this evening. It will be the Baggies to get us underway tonight. Referee Samuel Allison just goes through his final checks. Alongside me for the commentary, Saints Academy player Ben Cole. Ben, your thoughts on this matchup this evening and how you think Saints will fare?
Well, we obviously got the win last week, a good performance and a good couple of goals and a clean sheet. Hopefully take the momentum onto this game and put this side further down the bottom.
McQueen with the volley clearance from the back, flag up for offside. Meredith given away to McQueen and will win back possession for Saints. Finds Aaron O'Driscoll. An early touch at the back for Jack Rose. McQueen, the one change, as we said, into the side this evening at left back for Will Wood. He was also the goal scorer in Southampton's 1-0 win away at West Brom in Premier League 2 earlier this season. Scoring that goal from the penalty spot, McQueen, after West Brom keeper Alex Palmer was sent off for bringing down Jonathan Afolabi. Alfie Jones, the Saints captain this evening. Time and space to pick his options out. Ben, what will be key tonight for Southampton against this West Brom side in terms of unlocking the door, breaking them down?
Yeah, I was going to say from the start we've been in control possession-wise, so it's a matter of patience, that little bit of quality which we have got in the final third, and it was a matter of time really.
Important, I'm sure, not to be complacent this evening either, given West Brom's position in the league table.
Most definitely, this league, anything can happen. You can beat anyone at any time. It's all about how you perform on the day, and boys are prepared well, so they've got everything they need to get the win tonight.
Jan Valery, lovely ball down that right touch line in search of Josh Sims, finds him, good control from Sims. Right closely over there by McCourt. Early delivery into the box is a wayward one.
He's got time to affect you. There's a back for you, don't go behind the ball.
It's good to see Simsy back out there after quite a long-term injury, and the likes of Heskey, got some experienced lads playing tonight, so
Plenty of experience out there, as you say, Ben. Fair few Premier League appearances as well, let alone Premier League 2 tonight.
Yeah, most definitely. We've got Simsy, Heskey, Michael Obafemi up top, who made his debut earlier in January at Sam McQueen. And then a lot of experienced 23s in the likes of Alfred Jones, Callum Slattery, Aaron O'Driscoll, etc.
A wayward cross followed up by a wayward goal kick there from Alex Palmer. McQueen with the throw for Saints. Hesketh will go back to O'Driscoll. Jones, room to move forward in. Marked tightly there by Callum Morton, who will lead the line, be the danger man for West Brom this evening, the number 9. Patient play from Saints again at the back. O'Driscoll lifted forward in search of Obafemi. And Tyreek Johnson there as well. Meredith with the throw for West Brom. Headed clearance by McQueen, but one back by the Baggies in the middle of the park. Clayton Phillips out wide on his left to McCourt. Good turn in there just to create a bit of room. It's a wayward pass there. And
good bit of pressure there from Michael.
Dan Meredith couldn't bring it under control. Good pressing there from Saints. Ben. It is a bitterly cold evening at Staplewood, as we said earlier. Important to hit the ground running this evening, given the conditions, Ben. It's
yeah, it's not many of them
not pleasant out there.
Yeah, it's not many of them out there wearing just a t-shirt, and I'm sure I surely wouldn't be if I was out there.
Jameson, the captain for West Brom, squeezed quickly by Saints and under pressure, but they'll work the ball out well.
Yeah, very well played.
Space for Meredith down this right-hand side. He's got support from Lecco. He does well to get away from McQueen there and Slattery. Almost a nice intricate triangular play on the edge of the Saints box. Forward to Lecco in a central position for West Brom. Again, good defending from Southampton, who can come away with it through McQueen. Forward to Hesketh. Solid tackle there in the middle of the park and can drive forward.
That's where we want Tyreek.
Johnson with the cross in. Obafemi can't get a connection on it. Cleared at the back post there by Robbie McCourt. Lovely play from Southampton down this left-hand side.
Nearly perfect.
Straight across the face of goal, just couldn't find that finishing touch, Southampton. Inches away from it, Obafemi. Lovely ball across the face from Tyreek Johnson. All started, Ben, as well, that move from that strong, powerful tackle from Hesketh in the middle of the park.
Yeah, that's certainly something that we needed there. Came out on top with a bit of fortune, but then he slid Tyreek in, and nothing better. Tyreek's better at than putting a good ball in the box. Just a few inches short.
An opportunity then for Southampton to deliver another ball into the Baggies box. Tyreek Johnson, the man who will whip this one in left-footed. O'Driscoll and Jones up for Saints. Taken short to Hesketh. Good turn, but just squeezed out of it in the end there by two Baggies players.
Ooh, almost a bit of training ground set piece there. Didn't quite come off, but we're still in possession.
West Brom alert to it on that occasion. Rowthorne in the middle of the park. Lovely ball forward across the face of goal. Johnson with the finish.
What a finish.
It didn't come off first time around, but it certainly did the second. Lovely ball across the face of goal, and Tyreek Johnson with the easiest of finishes. Southampton go 1-0 up against Premier League 2, Division 2's bottom side, West Brom.
It's a great pass from Ben Rowthorne, first time, finding gaps into Simsy. And then Tyreek's in front of his man, exactly where he should be. Great start, well deserved.
Inside the opening 10 minutes then, Southampton in front. Tyreek Johnson with the finish. He was the man who put the ball across just moments before that goal for the Obafemi chance. Saints didn't waste the second opportunity. Sam Field in possession for the visitors. Hesketh, lovely turn to get away from his man. Johnson in space again down this left-hand side.
Go and shoot.
Onto his left foot, shot parried away by Palmer. Fizzing shot that from Tyreek Johnson. And he had one thing in his mind as soon as he shifted that onto his left foot. Solid save from Palmer in the end. Johnson looking lively this evening for Southampton.
Yeah, great work from him again, a powerful shot. Unfortunately, just straight at the keeper.
Saints squeezing West Brom. Really well here this evening, but space now for Lecco to come forward for the Baggies. Lays it into Morton on the edge of the box. Good defending there from Aaron O'Driscoll. Big tall Irishman. Just nipping it away there from Morton as it looked like something might develop for the Baggies.
Yeah, and crucial tackle there from Aaron, stopping him getting in.
Read that one really well as well, Ben.
Important that a centre-back can be able to do that, so he's done his job well.
Late tackle on Hesketh there by Nathan Ferguson. Been involved in everything that's been good for Southampton so far inside this opening 10 minutes, Jake Hesketh. Just in that number 10 role as the free kick's taken quickly, too quickly for referee Samuel Allison as he just continues to have a bit of a chat with Jake Hesketh. I think may have had a few words after that tackle. Understandably so, it was a little late. Good dummy from Jones there, just opened things up going forward.
Great movement.
Finds Sims. Obafemi on his right hand side. And again, strong play from Hesketh there just to nip the ball away from the Baggies.
Great battle in there.
Trying to find Obafemi with the cross, can't. But Saints will come again down that right. Short-lived. Up to Morton for the Baggies. Good turn on the halfway line. Overlapping run coming from Meredith, the right back. Owen taking quickly and back to Ferguson. Forward to Lecco. Shifts it out of his feet well. Morton's on the edge of the box. Turns one man onto his right foot. Gets the shot away. Good block in there from Sam McQueen. Important block from the experienced Saints left back this evening. Morton desperate to pull the trigger at every attempt. Again, Morton on the edge of the box this time. Fouled by McQueen. Free kick to West Brom.
Yeah, a good bit of fortune there from Callum Morton. But then we got our just deserves and a great block. And nothing came of it in the end. But an opportunity here for West Bromwich Albion.
Nick Clayton Phillips will come across from the left side to deliver this free kick for West Brom. Delivered towards the penalty spot and in off the crossbar. A brilliant header on the penalty spot. And within 5 minutes of Saints taking the lead, they're pegged back here at Staplewood.
Oh, it's a bit against the run of play, but that's all it takes, isn't it? That's football. A good ball in and a great header in off the underside of the bar.
It's a really good delivery in from Clayton Phillips. Fizz on the right foot and headed in really well from the penalty spot there. Nathan Ferguson levelling things up for the visitors. Throw-in taken quickly to Slattery. Against the run of play, really, when you think about it, Ben, that equaliser for West Brom. Southampton, as you'd expect, here at home, controlled the possession for large parts.
Yeah,
definitely. Goes to show it takes just one set piece to turn things around.
Yeah, that's all you need.
McQueen through the legs. Can't get on the other end of it. Lovely threaded ball through the legs of Dan Meredith. Nice link-up play as well down that left-hand side from Johnson and McQueen.
Nick, same line but narrow, go on! Keep going!
Radi Jaidi calling for movement from Jake Hesketh, which he gets. Can't hold on to the throw though, but Johnson will win it back and cross in early. Lovely cross in again from Tyreek Johnson down this left-hand side. Dangerous one for the Baggies to deal with. This time they do well. And they'll take the free kick quickly up towards Morton. Good header from O'Driscoll.
Nice and alert there to stop the quickly taken free kick.
Southampton have a lot of joy down the left-hand side so far this evening, Ben. You would think that'll be an area perhaps they'll look to exploit a bit more as this game goes on.
Definitely, as the game goes on, the fullback and opposite winger can get tired. And I've played with Jonathan Lecker a few times. He's not the most athletic. And
Johnson again with the early delivery in towards Obafemi, not dealt with convincingly by West Brom. Went wrong or drop for Sims at the back post, and the Baggies can clear.
Mike, you should be ready there.
3 or 4 deliveries in now from this left-hand side. Southampton's goal, the opening goal on 8 minutes, in fact coming from the one delivery that's coming from that right-hand side. Tyreek Johnson was the man to give Saints the lead. Pegged back though just minutes ago. Nathan Ferguson with the header for West Brom. Saints come forward again through Sims. Late tackle on Sims there as he just nipped the ball away.
Quick little burst of pace there from Simsy to draw the foul, and another great position for Saints to get it in the box. Left
Sam Field with nowhere to go really there. Josh Sims, no other options but to bring the Saints winger down. Another opportunity for Southampton to drop this ball into the Baggies box, potentially even a shot on goal. Sam McQueen will be the left-footed option. Callum Slattery stood over it as well. Again, Jones and O'Driscoll go forward for Saints. Be the left foot of McQueen, dipping.
Oh,
What a free kick from Sam McQueen.
how well hit was that?
Simply wonderful. Hit it with the laces. Up and over the wall, dipping underneath the crossbar. There was a touch on it from Alex Palmer, but little he could do. And again, within minutes of being pegged back, Southampton are back in front. It's Saints 2, West Brom 1. A beauty from Sam McQueen.
Oh. Keeper's had a bit of a mare there, but it's a greatly hit free kick.
Moving a fair bit though, Ben, wasn't it? Plenty
Yeah,
of pace and fizz and dip behind it.
He's hit that well hard. That's gone flying into the back of the net. Oh, another great ball.
Sims driving forward on that right hand side, and again he's brought down.
Surely that's got to be a caution.
Josh Sims spacing behind. Again he's brought down right on the edge of the Baggies box. Going to be a yellow card there as well for the left back Robbie McCourt. You can't have too many complaints with that.
That's something Simsy's great from. He's terrifyingly quick, and his movement, as you saw probably before the ball got put in behind, he drew the defender in and then span him.
And that'll be the last thing Robbie McCourt will want to hear from you, Ben, having just picked up a yellow card and with still 70 minutes of this match to go up against Josh Sims.
I would not want to be in his position right now. He's going to have to be very careful for the rest of this game.
Perhaps more worryingly for West Brom, it's another opportunity for Sam McQueen.
Will he try his luck again?
McQueen curling this time towards the back post. Not quite the same quality. Too long for everyone. Perhaps a bit of a double bluff there from McQueen, trying to lift one to the back post. I'm sure Alex Palmer would have been thinking that one was fizzing in to him, as we see another replay of that fantastic free kick from McQueen. Palmer, the West Brom goalie, will perhaps be a little disappointed, but power, pace, the dip on the ball as well as it came over the wall. Difficult one to deal with. Brilliant goal from McQueen back in the side this evening. He was, of course, the man, as we said, who got the winning goal from the penalty spot when these two sides met earlier in the season back in September. On the score sheet again tonight. McQueen, just strong play to get in between the ball and Finn Azaz. Good touch from Sims. Early release there.
Oh, that's unfortunate.
Jan Valerie, delivery just deflected.
That time we saw the opposite there. Jan running down the right hand side with Simsy putting the ball through. Shows they can both do the same job.
Again, strong play from McQueen just to win the header. West Brom hurried into a bit of a mistake at the back with that one going straight out of play. Radi Jaidi will be pretty pleased with what he's seen from his Southampton under-23 side so far this evening. They've controlled the game for, well, the opening 22 minutes. So that's given away at the back. Nick Clayton-Phillips will try and lay it off to Morton. Azaz is there as well. Probably should have gone for goal there instead. Tried to pull it back to Morton. And Saints can clear. Palmer, well read again by McQueen. Or to Hesketh, early ball towards Sims. Intelligent play from Sims there, just to let it run across his body. Marked closely by McCourt and Clayton Phillips. Hula legs of McCourt. He's got to be careful on a yellow card, having brought Sims down earlier. Josh Sims will be fully aware of that as he tries to terrorise the West Brom left back. Switch of play now from Southampton, try and find some joy down this left side.
It's nicely played and patient play here from Southampton.
What do you make of all the possession they've had so far? Very much Southampton in control, or just West Brom happy to let Saints have the ball? How do you assess things so far, Ben?
It looks fairly even, but I think our quality shows definitely in possession. We seem to be able to hold the ball up, be more patient, and a lot more calm and relaxed when we've got possession in it, and it shows. And the scoreline proves that.
As we see that skill again there from Josh Sims. Lovely deft touch just through the legs of Robbie McCourt.
Very fortunate to have cover there from his midfielder. Otherwise he's firmly embarrassed.
Lecco, left-footed shot from the edge of the box. Always curling, slicing, if you like, away from Jack Rose's right-hand post, who's had a quiet evening so far, bar the equaliser from Nathan Ferguson.
Yeah, so far he's not had a shot to save. I'm not sure he could have done much about the header, but as you say, a quiet evening.
Short stoppage
got a bit
here
of blood
for Callum Slattery, just to receive a bit of treatment. Blood coming from his nose. Wouldn't say it's been an overly physical battle out there so far for Southampton.
Yeah, a fair few 50-50s and challenges, but majority of the time the ball's been on the deck being played, good football to watch.
Zaz with the header in the middle of the park, one back by Southampton, and Tyreek Johnson again's got room to move forward into.
Nice idea.
Can't find Sam McQueen on the overlapping run with the outside of the boot. Clever play though from Johnson, knew exactly what he wanted to do. Execution just not quite there on that occasion. Space down this right side for Dan Meredith. Supporting his outside from Lecco.
Good challenge there from Sam.
McQueen there again for Southampton. They can break quickly now. Slattery with his new shirt, no number on. Couldn't quite find the final pass there to complete the set, Southampton. Clayton Phillips and McCourt. They draw down that channel. We'll move back in field to Azaz. Finds Lecco. Tricky player, Lecco. Lovely 1-2 on the edge of the box. Clayton Phillips is there as well. Azaz. Field. Patientness from West Brom. To Morton. Clayton Phillips, right-footed shot, bounces awkwardly in front of Rose. Just enough on it in the end, and then a good clearance, good backup from his defenders there for Jack Rose, and again Southampton can potentially break away with pace here. Tyreek Johnson. Jameson, the captain, into Ferguson. Calling for options further forward.
Oh, that's a great pass.
Lovely pass to the feet of Azaz there from the right back Meredith. Again, pressed quickly from Saints though, so the Baggies will rebuild. Azaz. Morton. Marked closely again by McQueen, not giving him an inch. Meredith. Infield to Azaz. Almost managed to slide it in for Lecco there. Just too much on the pass. But that perhaps one of the brightest moments from West Brom in this first half. As we see that shot again from Clayton Phillips. Spilt by Rose. McQueen there to back up his goalie with the clearance. He really has been everywhere this evening, Sam McQueen. Ben.
Yeah, back and forth the pitch. A little bobble there didn't make it easy for Rosie, but no harm came of it.
Strong play there from Raheem Harper in the middle of the park for the Baggies this evening. Morton fouled by Valerie. Frenchman just nipping at the heels of Morton there as he turned away. Chance for the Baggies to deliver now into the Saints box. Last set piece that came in from the right boot of Clayton Phillips led to the equaliser for West Brom. Southampton will need to be on their toes again now. Azaz thought about the shot. Quick freak from Azaz there. Couldn't beat the third man. Sold two dummies. Good strong play over on that far side by Valerie. Delivery wasn't the greatest that time from Clayton Phillips. Azaz did well to rescue the play for West Brom. Just one touch too many perhaps in the end. He's certainly grown into the game for the Baggies, Azaz, in that number 10 role. As Clayton Phillips gets around the outside of his man, pull back in towards Morton again. Important defending.
Aaron O'Driscoll read that a good 5 seconds before he even passed it there and cut the danger out. Oh, another great pass.
Made back to Harper. No room for the shot. That one will be whipped in, headed clear.
Oh, what
Forward
a
in
pass.
search of Sims.
What
He's
a
got
pass.
support from Obafemi.
Oh, how nearly.
Well done, Nathan! Well done!
Quick play again from Sims. Just couldn't get round or on the inside of his man there as he just tried to create a bit of space. En route to goal. And again, Jake Hesketh deep in conversation with Samuel Allison, the referee this evening. That's why we wait for this corner to be taken. Tyreek Johnson will come across from the left to take it.
Yeah, Heskey's not too shy to give his opinion.
Two big 6-foot+ centre-backs again forward. And it is in towards O'Driscoll, beaten to the header. Azaz will pick it up on the edge of his own box. Meredith's clearance charged down quickly by Hesketh.
In between here!
Hesketh in that number 10 role this evening. Done a great job as well of just breaking up play for Southampton when West Brom have tried to get their foot on the ball, as they do here now through Clayton Phillips to Lecco. Azaz, who seems to be finding a lot of space just in that pocket between the Saints midfield and back line, to Morton and Field. Pull back towards Azaz. McQueen did well there. Wrong-footed, the Saints left back Had he not got anything on that though, Lecco was waiting and ready to pounce at the back posts.
McQueen! Stop fight!
Johnson over on that right flank now. Little switch up between him and Josh Sims. They can pose a different threat to the Baggies fullbacks. O'Driscoll, clearance charged down by Morton. Roththorne to Slattery. If you're just joining us this evening, Saints 2-1 up against West Brom. Early shot deflected wide. Again, lively play from Tyreek Johnson. Another corner for Southampton to test the Baggies with. Tyreek Johnson and then Sam McQueen with the goals for Southampton, either side of Nathan Ferguson's equaliser for the Baggies.
Yeah, that switch of Simsy and Tyreek quickly caught him out there. Bit of confusion, driving in, causing a different problem for each of the fullbacks. And a shot on another corner.
Just over 10 minutes. Plus any stoppage time to go until half time. Live commentary on Saints TV this evening, YouTube and Southampton's Facebook page as well. Johnson to deliver to the front post. Off of a red and white shirt last. Ferguson. Good turn away from Obafemi there, quick to put him under pressure. McQueen beaten to the header by Morton, it will fall to Lecco. Around the outside of O'Driscoll. And a late tackle from O'Driscoll. He's going to join Robbie McCourt, the West Brom left back, in referee Samuel Allison's book this evening. I think he can have too many complaints there, Ben. Smart play there from Lecco.
Yeah. Not sure he was going anywhere in the end, but broke the play up and took one for the team there. And similar position to where they got their goal from, but hopefully they've learnt their lesson and
almost identical position to the free kick that the Baggies scored their equaliser early on in this game from. Again, it'll be the man who signed for the Baggies back in 2016, Clayton Phillips, to deliver this ball in. This time O'Driscoll able to get his head on the ball. Lecco will recycle the play though. Into Azaz. Early shot from Azaz has pulled the trigger. Sims will come away with it.
Oh, go on, Simsy. Oh,
good touch and turn from Sims.
There from Nathan Ferguson.
Field. Push back to Ferguson. Again, Ben, just a good example there of that pressing from Southampton. No options for the Baggies going forwards. They're forced back to their own goalkeeper.
Yeah, we're fairly comfortable seeing them just play in front of our two banks of four. Let them go backwards and side to side, and then
Meredith 1-2 with Field. Obafemi working hard for Saints up top in that lone striker role this evening. Space though for Clayton Phillips. Lovely turn and shot early. Deflected, comfortable for Rose. play moving quickly for Saints. Scorer of Southampton's second goal tonight, McQueen. Well worth, if you haven't seen it already, sticking around for the replays at half-time. A free kick, I think a certain Cristiano Ronaldo would have been proud of. Sam McQueen.
Very light.
Certainly had that technique about it, didn't it,
Yeah,
Ben?
certainly had that knuckleball effect.
Look at the ball!
Foul on Hesketh. Lovely feet from Hesketh, just drew the foul in from field. Johnson, it's not quite on the same wavelength there.
Yeah, the free kick not quite going our way, and this time they probably quite well heard. A few of the Saints players didn't agree with the referee's decision there.
Bit of a wrestling match there, perhaps involving Hesketh. Well spotted by the referee. Obafemi. Oh, flag up for offside on Obafemi. Good to see the linesman on that far side wrapped up warm tonight. Direct from Rose. Good strong header at the back from the skipper Alfie Jones. McCourt will find the feet of Clayton Phillips. Keem Harper over there as well, just to try and help out his teammates. But again, it's good pressing, good squeezing from Southampton. No surprise, that man involved. In the best of it, Jake Hesketh. Saints keen to just hem the baggies in here, force them into a mistake if they can. It's good play from West Brom though, just to come away with it down this right, and Lecco. Again, tricky feet from Lecco. Finds field. This time Hesketh, bit late on the tackle.
Have to work an angle.
Phil managed to get body between Hesketh and the ball, nip it away from him and draw the foul. Ferguson to McCourt. One or two men on a yellow card already this evening, McCourt.
Stay behind the ball!
West Brom just 2 wins in Premier League 2 this season.
I think it's something like 8 points from 14 games, and that's certainly not a run that.
Haven't won away from home yet, West Brom, in this year's competition. On a current run of just 1 win in 10 games, but of course that victory did come in their last match, last Monday, 2-1 at home to Fulham. They made a fair number of changes coming in this evening as they come forward through Azaz into Lecco. Good turn from Lecco again. Creates a bit of room. Not the ball to follow it up though from Lecco.
Get it back! Get it back!
Yeah, 5 changes from West Brom coming in tonight. That largely due down to the fact they've lost a fair number of players to loan deals on transfer deadline day. Jack Fitzwater, Carl Hawkins and Max Melbourne all going out on loan. Southampton this evening with a much more consistent side to the one that won 2-0 away at Stoke last Monday. was just that one change coming into it with McQueen in for Will Wood at left back and Wood dropping to the bench. McQueen, who's been one of the standout performers for Southampton inside this first half as we head towards the break.
Yeah, he's certainly showing why he's been picked in the first team and been given the opportunity.
I guess you'd kind of expect him to be standing out this evening. 5 Premier League appearances already this season for Sam McQueen. 1 in the League Cup, and of course even featured in the Europa League last year for Saints.
Yeah, it's almost expected, but he's still categorised as a under 23. He's only, I think, 22.
Lecco. I think that was a dummy on the edge of the box from Lecco.
Either that or he meant to boot it all the way back to where it came from.
Whatever it was, it didn't quite come off. Hesketh can settle things down for Saints on the halfway line. Ben, how valuable will it be for some of these Southampton players this evening? I know you train together all the time, but to play alongside the likes of someone like Sam McQueen, who does have that first team experience.
Yeah, it gives you that extra little bit of confidence. And if you've got someone with that experience and knowledge and that they know exactly what needs to happen to win a game and in certain situations. So it certainly gives you confidence to keep going, and it puts you at ease almost, because you know he's going to do his job properly.
Ball lifted over the top in towards Johnson, not dealt with at the back by West Brom. Nearly a massive mix-up there. Well, it was a massive mix-up between Meredith and Palmer, the goalkeeper. Fortunately for the Baggies and unfortunately for Southampton, it didn't fall to Tyreek Johnson, who was sniffing around there.
I'm not too convinced the keeper was getting there before Tyreek was. So the fullback did the right thing.
Again, Saints will have a chance to deliver into the Baggies box, and again Jake Hesketh in conversation with the referee about something. It's going to be Callum Slattery to deliver. No number on the back of Slattery's shirt after a bloody nose earlier. Forced to change kit. We're going to have 2 minutes of extra time here, added time. That cross is claimed well there by Alex Palmer, much more convincing by the Baggies number 1. 2 minutes of stoppage time at the end of this first half. Clearance from Valerie. Ben Radi Jady, pretty happy, I think, based on what he's seen so far. Disappointed, I'm sure, with the goal, but
yeah, I'm sure there'll be things that he'll tweak and he'll mention that need tightening up a little bit. But all in all, a pretty confident and well-deserved winning first half. The key is not to take any complacency into the second half and.
No pressure, no pressure.
O'Driscoll opens things up for Slattery to Hesketh.
Make it go back.
Jones, who's marshalled things at the back for Saints this evening. A long time at the club, Alfie Jones, since under 9s. Captaining the side this evening, McQueen. Brought from Hesketh, finds him, opens up for McQueen.
Oh, that's unfortunate. That's well played from them too.
Lovely play from McQueen and Hesketh, Ben.
Clever movement there. Other runner thinks he's running into the box, he holds his run and gives himself those couple of yards. Just unfortunate with the shot.
McQueen just couldn't squeeze that shot past field. He did well, charging down the left foot of Sam McQueen, which has been potent so far this evening. Slattery, punched clear by Palmer. Azaz slices the clearance, marked closely over there by Tyreek Johnson. Had to 2 minutes of stoppage time, rapidly heading towards the half-time whistle. Radi Jaidi makes a few final notes ahead of that half-time team talk. Southampton have controlled the first 45 minutes. The goal for Nathan Ferguson for the Baggies, which did level things up briefly at 1-1, I'm sure will be one of the talking points for Jaidi in the dressing room. As the half-time whistle goes, Southampton can be pretty pleased with that first 45 minutes. They'll go in 2-1 up. Tyreek Johnson opening the scoring inside the opening 10 minutes. The Baggies hitting back through Nathan Ferguson. And then a quite brilliant free kick from Sam McQueen to put Southampton back in front. And that is how they will go in at the break. We see the opening goal. Lovely ball in from the right-hand side from Sims. Finished off from Tyreek Johnson inside 6 yards. West Brom hit back quickly. That was a good delivery from that free kick from Clayton Phillips. And Ferguson got up above everyone to head home. And here's the pick of the goals for you. Sam McQueen fizzing and dipping over the wall, past Alex Palmer and underneath the crossbar. Half-time here at Staplewood. Second half commentary to come in around 15 minutes' time. But at the break, Southampton 2, West Bromwich Albion 1. Welcome back to Staplewood, ahead of our live second half coverage of tonight's Premier League 2 Division 2 clash between Southampton and West Brom. Saints 2-1 up at the break. Opened the scoring on 8 minutes through Tyreek Johnson. Lovely ball across the face from Josh Sims. Finished off by Johnson, but then Nathan Ferguson, the centre back, hitting back. Just 3 minutes later for West Brom. Unmarked header from around the penalty spot. Good delivery in from Clayton Phillips. And an absolute beauty from Sam McQueen. Fizzing left foot free kick. Too much on it, too much power, too much pace for Alex Palmer, the West Brom goalkeeper. And it will be Saints who start this second half in the lead. No changes for either side, so the two lineups for you. Jack Rose in goal for Southampton this evening. It's a 4-2-3-1. A back four of Jan Valery, Aaron O'Driscoll, who picked up a yellow card in that first half, Alfie Jones, the captain, and Sam McQueen, one of the star performers for Southampton at left back. Ben Rowthorne and Callum Slattery, the two holding midfielders just in front of the back four. An attacking midfield three of Josh Sims on the ball now to win a corner for Southampton. Jake Hesketh and Tyreek Johnson. Those three playing in behind Michael Obafemi, the lone striker for Saints this evening. It's a bench of Kingsley Latham, Will Wood, Harry Hamblin, Nathan Teller and Olufella Olumola. Sims lively in the first half, continuing where he left off in the second. Will be Tyreek Johnson to deliver the corner towards the back post. Didn't get to the back post because Alfie Jones was there at the header up highest. Couldn't get enough on it to send it goalwards. Good delivery from Johnson. Good jump as well from Jones, just couldn't get that clean connection. Run through the West Brom side for you as well this evening. Alex Palmer is the man in goal. He will take this, what looks like a free kick, given in fact against Alfie Jones. It's a back four of Dan Meredith, Nathan Ferguson, Carl Jameson and Robbie McCourt, who's also on a yellow card. A midfield four of West Brom of Jonathan Lecco wide right, Clayton Phillips wide left and Sam Field and Rakeem Harper in the middle. And it's Finn Azaz in the number 10 position, just in behind Callum Morton. Up front for West Bromwich Albion, the bench for them, Evan Pearce, Ben Pearce the substitute goalkeeper, Zach Brown, Aram Solman and Alex Bradley. Number Saints 9th in the Premier League 2 Division 2 table coming into this evening's game. Just 1 point behind Wolves in 8th. A win, potentially even a draw, could be enough to move Southampton up a place depending on how Wolves get on elsewhere this evening. They're at home to Newcastle. A couple of other fixtures in the division as well. Stoke hosting Middlesbrough and Aston Villa away at Brighton. Saints 14 points off the leaders Blackburn Rovers at the top of the table. Of course, first place gets automatic promotion to Division 1 as Morton comes forward here for West Brom. Early shot with the right foot, saved by Rose. Got up quickly and did well there just as Azaz was looking to pounce on the rebounds. Quick turn of pace there from Morton. Pulled the trigger quickly on that right foot. Good save from Jack Rose down low to his right hand side. As Southampton come again through Obafemi, putting Ferguson under pressure. Forcing almost West Brom into a mistake. Valery will regain possession for Southampton. Searching ball, looking for Sims. Wins it back and wins a throw in for Southampton alongside me, like he was in the first half, for second half commentary as well. Saints Academy player Ben Cull. Ben, what do you think would have been the team talk, the message from Radi Jaidi at half time?
I'd say just don't let anything drop, don't let any complacency set in, tidy up a few things. Clearly something not happy there about there.
Late tackle from Valery on Sam Field. Baggies had possession. So Samuel Allison, the referee, opting to play on. I think playing the advantage. Almost a defence-splitting pass there from Jake Hesketh in search of Josh Sims, who caused Robbie McCord a lot of problems in that first half display from Southampton. Just to go back to the league table, Saints, as we said, 14 points off leaders Blackburn Rovers, but just 9 points off Fulham in 5th, which is the final playoff spot in Premier League 2, Division 2. As we said, the top spot automatic promotion Division 1, and the next 4 teams will play off for the next promotion spot as Lecco comes forward onto his right foot, then shifted back onto his left. Good defending from Southampton. Tarper. Meredith. Tarper to early ball towards the back post. Clayton Phillips was there, too long for him, and bounces out of play. Ben, those playoffs for Southampton in the division still very much in sight. Obviously a win at Stoke, on course as it stands for back-to-back wins.
Yeah, there's still
kind
a
of run you need.
Yeah, there's still a good 5-6 games left for the season at least. So a number of wins, and you can certainly shoot up the table. And is it four teams get playoffs?
That's right. Yep. So
yeah, so there's certainly plenty of chance with a few wins under our belt, gain some momentum, and certainly much our target for the end of the season.
This venue will be key for Southampton, as it has been so far this season, between now and the conclusion. Had the best of their form here and scored the majority of their goals as well. That's now 21 of Southampton's 28 goals in Premier League 2 this season, coming at home between here and St Mary's. Carl Jameson, the captain for West Brom, to lift that one towards Morton. Did well there, surrounded by red and white shirts, but muscled out of it in the end.
John, you got work! McQueen, you got work!
That's good from Saint. Space for McQueen to drive into now. Support from Johnson if he needs it. Finds him. Oh, lovely play from Tyreek Johnson there. Can lay it off for Obafemi.
Oh,
Michael Obafemi couldn't squeeze it past the man and into the back of the net, but that was all about Tyreek Johnson. Completely isolated over by that corner flag. Lovely turn of pace and quick feet. Almost putting it on a plate for Obafemi.
Yeah,
to finish off.
A lovely little nutmeg there from Tyreek. What more did Michael want?
Callum Slattery just with a bit of groundwork before taking the corner. We're going to see a change from the Baggies shortly, but it will be Slattery. Good claim from Palmer, the Baggies goalkeeper. Will get play moving quickly for the visitors.
Great sidewinder, but Tyreek was all of that.
Smart volley there from the goalkeeper, heading into the path of Azaz. Hesketh just wiped out off the ball there by Sam Field, spotted by the referee, and a winner free kick. Had a bit of a battle, those two, this afternoon, or this evening, Ben. Slattery and Field in the middle of the park. Goal kick, corner in fact, to Saints. Another chance to whip one in. Alex Bradley, the man who will be introduced shortly for the Baggies. As we wait for Tyreek Johnson to jog across, deliver this corner. Obafemi just trying to cause a few problems. Close to Palmer, the goalkeeper. And it comes from Johnson. Not cleared, Obafemi! Good defending from the Baggies. McQueen will recycle it for Saints. Still got support out there from Johnson. Great play from McQueen to get past his man and into the box.
Ref, that's in the box.
Referee Samuel Allison blows his whistle but says it'll be a free kick to Saints. McQueen going down well inside the box. There's a yellow card there that comes out as well.
He's embarrassed him completely there. Oh.
Through the legs of Field.
Maybe the initial first tug was outside
the referee feeling that the foul, as you heard there from Ben Cole, the initial contact starting outside of the box. Field will go into the referee's book. Lovely play though from Sam McQueen.
Lovely play. Almost when you think there's a dead end, he comes up with that little bit of magic, another nutmeg.
Again, it will be that left foot of Sam McQueen, which was already stuck one in the back of the net from a free kick this evening, to deliver low, straight into the wall.
Left shoulder, Kyle.
Rowthorne to Johnson. Early delivery from Johnson.
Well dealt with.
Sims arriving at the back post. Like they started the first half, it's been all Southampton with the possession in the second, Ben.
Yeah, all possession and all the chances so far our way. Just trying to put the game to bed now. And it's certainly getting closer and closer each time.
Tyreek Johnson in no hurry to take this corner. Big call from Samuel Allison. We of course have the benefit of the replay. Fair to say, Ben, I think he just got it right with that free kick. Penalty on the edge of the box. Johnson to deliver the corner. Headed goalwards by Alfie Jones. Second time he's found himself able to rise above the Baggies defenders and get ahead on the ball. Again, can't find the target there again. Good delivery from Johnson. Big tall header from Jones, the man 6 foot plus. We will see that change for West Brom now. Alex Bradley, the man to come on, will replace Finn Azaz. Looks like Bradley's going to go and take up position on that wide right-hand side. Clayton Phillips will move in to the number 10 position, in behind Callum Morton, with Lecco wide left as the Baggies have set up at the moment. First touch for Bradley, the substitute. Lecco found Clayton Phillips well there. Saints can try and break now through Obafemi. Good turn of pace from Obafemi. Had to work hard this evening up front on his own for Southampton. Had a couple of chances, Michael Obafemi. The Irishman, of course, handed his Premier League debut. Does really well there. So nip the ball away from the Baggies, get round the outside of Palmer. Obafemi with the cross. Can only find the side netting. Great play though from Michael Obafemi. It's almost as if he heard we were talking about him.
It's a great chance there. Another turn of pace. He's been a little bit quiet tonight, Mikey, but he's certainly alive, as we saw there.
It's the 17-year-old, of course, as we said, handed his senior Premier League debut against Tottenham last month in that 1-1 draw. Came on for the last 8 minutes of the game. Ben, that's what you Academy boys dream of, isn't it? Premier League debut against Spurs at the age of just 17 as Morton comes forward for the Baggies, again surrounded by red and white shirts, but does really well to hold on to it. Lay it off to Bradley, the substitute. Good tackle there from Sims, who gets the ball back. Will open his legs up. Hesketh is in behind here. Flag is up for offside. Smart play from Saints, just lacking the timing of the run. Yeah, Ben, just to go back to Michael Obafemi, that's what you academy players dream of, isn't it? When you're playing these under-23 games, thinking, well, we know that Maurizio Pellegrino watches them. Obviously, Obafemi's caught the eye and gets chucked in right at the deep end against Spurs.
Yeah, not a week or so back he played in the FA Youth Cup and scored a hat-trick and obviously caught the eye of the manager, and a bit of luck with some illness or injury to a couple of the first-team strikers, and he's in the squad, and things can change with you within a matter of weeks in this game.
Have you spoken to him about it?
Oh,
Did you pick his brains afterwards in terms of what it was like?
Everyone, obviously, when we came in on the Monday morning, congratulated him and was buzzing for him. It's no surprise really with the quality he has got. He's got something quite unique in his pace and his ability to finish.
And we mentioned it earlier, really, with Sam McQueen playing in these games, but the fact that Obafemi's been given the opportunity, he must give the rest of the squad belief as well that it could be them potentially one day as well.
Most definitely, we're told on a weekly basis to be ready. All it takes is a bad cold or an injury in training, and you're next in line to be on the bench or even starting.
Valerie, the France under-17 international for Saints. Back to his captain Jones. Lovely switch of play from Jones. Picks out McQueen. Space for Hesketh. Finds Sims. Again, he's going to have a run at McCourt, who needs to be careful. Cross in from McCourt is blocked well from... Cross in from Sims is blocked well by McCourt, with a bit of help from Lecco over there as well. Another corner to Southampton though. Plenty of them in this second half, haven't been able to make any count so far. Still that Sam McQueen free kick in the first half, the difference between the two sides at the moment. GR just joining us. Saints 1-0 up inside 8 minutes from Tyreek Johnson, pegged back by Nathan Ferguson's header for the Baggies, and then a brilliant free kick from Sam McQueen on 18 minutes to give Saints the lead again, and that is how it remains here. Crossing from Tyreek Johnson towards the back post, not dealt with by the Baggies. Not cleared on the line, and Southampton extend their lead to 2 goals.
Just what we needed.
O'Driscoll at the back post. Smart finish from him as West Brom failed to clear. It's Southampton 3, West Brom 1.
A nice little finish there from Aaron O'Driscoll. Fell to him. And a striker-like instinct finish. And now a bit of comfort for the lads.
O'Driscoll had to react really quickly there at the back post to control it with his knee. Again, a menacing ball in from Johnson.
A shout for handball, but fortune goes our way.
And after plenty of corners in this second half, Southampton finally make one count. O'Driscoll with the control and finish at the back post. Hesketh to Sims.
Them two linking up really well. Hesketh
Support from Johnson. Lovely play from Johnson around the outside of his man. Couldn't apply the finishing touches. His feet have been so quick this evening. Another example of it there. And again, Sims involved as well. Little dummy from Johnson. Tried to, I think, pull it back there, possibly try and slide it in on goal. The pick of the players for Southampton, you'd have to say probably this evening, Ben Cole.
Most definitely. Almost everything's come down that left-hand side.
Foul on Hesketh. And Samfield will just have a bit of a talking to from referee Samuel Allison. On a yellow card, Sam Field. He's had a battle all evening with Jake Hesketh in the middle of the park. Struggled to contend with the Saints number 10. Jones with the free lifted forward in search of Obafemi. Jan Valery will come forward to take it, the former Stade Rennais right back. Good feet there from Alex Bradley, the substitute for the Baggies. Still no changes for Southampton so far this evening. Remember, options in the form of Will Wood, Harry Hamblin, Nathan Teller, and plenty of goals in Olufella Olomola. And of course Kingsley Latham as well, the substitute goalkeeper. Bradley for the Baggies. Harper to Field, finds Morton, good turn and pull back from Morton, and again good defending from Southampton when they needed it most. Chance for Saints to break here. Sims is setting off down that right flank. Hesketh will find him, just has to check his run back a little though. McQueen to Obafemi. Johnson, scorer of Southampton's first goal. All the time in the world out there this evening. Southampton have had alongside me for tonight's commentary Saints Academy player Ben Cull. They really have been comfortable for large parts of this game, haven't they, Ben?
Yeah,
Hesketh comes forward now, threads it through the legs, can't get on the other side. Palmer will claim. Sorry, Ben, you were saying?
Yeah, most definitely. Quite comfortable throughout the whole night. They've only had that one sniff at goal almost.
It's been a quiet evening for Jack Rose, the Saints number 1. Morton, surrounded by 2 men, and the linesman over on the far side flags, and we're going to have a penalty to West Brom. Looked like it may have been outside the box for a moment there. It's a foul on Morton. Aaron O'Driscoll and Sam McQueen both bundling him to the ground, and a chance for the Baggies to get themselves back in this game. A penalty in the end given from the linesman over on the far side, and it will be the man who was fouled, Callum Morton.
Hey, come on, ready, Ben. Ready, Andre.
With the chance from the spot. We said it'd been a quiet evening for Jack Rose. He's going to have some work to do here.
Yeah, a bit of a kiss of death there.
Morton against Rose. Morton scores. West Brom back in the game again. A cool finish from Morton from the penalty spot, sending Rose the wrong way. It's Southampton 3, West Brom 2. Ben, your thoughts on the tackle that led to the penalty being given there?
It's a little bit unnecessary. He's going nowhere, but those things happen, and hopefully it's nothing that comes with anything in the final 10-15 minutes.
Field. It's back to his goalkeepers, hurried into the clearance, Alex Palmer. And under control by Slattery. Chested it down nicely and finds Hesketh. Support out there from Johnson. Early cross in, slash shot. Dealt with by Alex Palmer.
Alex, can you get on it?
Saints can come forward again through Johnson. Lovely pull back in search of Obafemi. Good defending back there from the Baggies. Again, Johnson causing the visitors problems down that left-hand side. Numerous occasions he's made it all the way to the byline with the pullback for Obafemi. On that occasion, not finding him. Good block from the substitute Alex Bradley in the end, well read. Another corner for Southampton. They scored from the last one. Callum Slattery will deliver for the home team in front of the dome. Flicked on by McQueen. Can't find a red and white shirt. West Brom just playing with a bit of renewed confidence after that goal. Certainly the West Brom coaches feel like their side are back in the game now. James Shan, their manager, down on in the technical area, barking instructions as they find Lecco onto his right foot. Wild shot from Lecco. Well wide, and never troubling Jack Rose, the Saints goalkeeper. Ben, and we'll see again another test of Southampton now, just obviously having extended their lead to 2 goals. West Brom get themselves back in the game through the penalty. Southampton will just have to be on their toes and see this one out.
Yeah, it's a test of character now. With the experience we've got, can they be smart and just see the last sort of 10-15 minutes out of the game?
Rose with the goal kick. O'Driscoll, the scorer of Saints' 3rd goal, with that clearance. Comes straight back though, and Saints will recycle it through Valerie to Sims. Lovely ball infield to Slattery. Couldn't squeeze that ball with the outside of the boot. Past Clayton Phillips. And Morton. It's looked lively up front for West Brom. Will get the throw in quickly. Again goes twisting and weaving into the Saints box. This time the Southampton defenders much more cautious with the tackle and do well. And Saints can break now. Through Hesketh to Obafemi. Obafemi will push and hound Carl Jameson into a corner and win a throw in for Saints, deep inside the Southampton half. The West Brom half, in fact, we should say. See the steam from the players this evening. It is a freezing cold night in Hampshire, but we've been warmed up by plenty of goals, 5 already tonight, and you wouldn't bet against there being more. Yellow card for Sam McQueen there. I think for perhaps kicking the ball away or something he said. Too cold for all these stoppages this evening, referee. Good play there from Slattery in the middle of the park. Finds Johnson into Hesketh. Back to Johnson, early cross in. Cleared by Ferguson. Again, James Shan, the manager of the West Brom side this evening, barking instructions from the edge of his technical area. Good play over on that left-hand side from McQueen. Can't find room for the cross, but does win the throw-in. Shan, the West Brom manager, has been at the club since 2006, has made his way up the age groups as a coach, so now the under-23 manager. Good play from Johnson to the byline. Again, the pull back to Obafemi, and again, it's just lacking the finish. Valerie was arriving at the back post. It's good defending from the Baggies to deny the Frenchman there. And again, great play from Johnson to the byline, found the pullback. Obafemi couldn't finish, and neither could Valerie. But that's better from Saints, and they'll have another chance to deliver into the Baggies box. Johnson to deliver to the front post this time. Morton back on defensive duties, but it'll picked up by Slattery. Good cross in to Obafemi. Back out to Sims. His cross is blocked. Johnson is still there, so is McQueen with the volley. Couldn't wrap his left foot around that one enough. Another lovely turn there from McQueen, just through the legs of Field, as we see that replay of the free kick that Saints had. And here's the penalty as well for West Brom. Morton fouled by a combination of McQueen and O'Driscoll. Too controversial. Talking points, if you like, in the game, right on the edge of both 18-yard boxes. West Brom win a penalty. Southampton's just given us a free kick. Free kick won by West Brom. Foul on Clayton Phillips, taken quickly by Raheem Harper. Nowhere near where the foul took place.
Alex, you take it and stay, yeah?
Alex Bradley, the substitute, will deliver the ball. Told to take the free kick and then stay where he is by James Shan, the manager. Direct delivery in. Cleared well by Saints and won by Sims. Switch of play to Tyreek Johnson. Rowthorne to McQueen. Again, he finds the run of Tyreek Johnson. Early across this time from Johnson, cut off by the Baggies. And now cleared through the central midfielder, Raheem Harper. To Field. Early ball forward to Morton. Marked really closely there by Alfie Jones. Right in Morton's pocket. Gave him no time to do anything with that.
Get together! Alex, stage you go! Watch the turn this side!
McCourt takes the throw in quickly. Lecco goes down under the foul.
Come off it, John! Come off it, John!
Sims just a bit late on the tackle.
Same line! Same line, don't pick anybody out!
And it'll be Sims who takes up position in that one-man wall for Southampton. Alex Bradley stood over the free kick for the Baggies. Bradley. Good clearance at the back post from McQueen. Two Baggies players arriving. McQueen did well there. Lecco will come forward again. And the outside of Rowthorne will find Clayton Phillips. Tried a bit of intricate play on the edge of the box with Morton, cleared by Southampton.
Get it, Kyle! Kyle, get the ball!
Finally poised at Staplewood.
Spin, Sam, go on, guys!
Saints extending their lead in the second half, but Callum Morton's penalty
Outside, Bobby.
just given the Baggies added confidence. They could potentially get something out of this game.
Good John! Get round it! Get round!
Remember, just 2 goals all season, just 2 wins all season for West Brom in Premier League 2.
Here, Sam! Here!
One of the worst goal scoring records, or the worst goal scoring record as well, with 14 goals, but 2 here this evening.
Back now!
Nathan Ferguson in the first half, Callum Morton from the penalty spot in the second. Tyreek Johnson, Sam McQueen and Aaron O'Driscoll, the goal scorers for Saints tonight. As we see a second change of the evening for West Brom. Evan Pearce is the man coming on. Nick Clayton-Phillips, the man replaced.
Robbie, it's you! Robbie, it's you! Don't foul! Robbie, don't get it! Robbie, don't get it foot this time!
Pearce straight into the action. Solid tackle on the Frenchman Valerie. And that blonde streak in his hair. Gets play moving quickly. Hesketh into Sims. Can't hold on to it. And West Brom will clear. Again, Jones is there early. Big shouts for handball against Alfie Jones there. Referee Samuel Allison says it'll be a throw-in. West Brom furious. They want a free kick for handball against Alfie Jones. And we are in fact going to see a yellow card for Alfie Jones. For handball. Referee Samuel Allison gets to the decision in the end with a bit of help from his linesman on this near side.
Second ball, Jan.
Bradley with the free kick.
It's not a bad ball.
Another good delivery in from Bradley. Only half dealt with by Saints. Saints picked up by Lecco. Tyreek Johnson giving him any time or space to do anything with it. And ball stays in somehow over there. Smart play from Johnson. Southampton can try and break now. Through Hesketh, he's got support further forward through Obafemi and Sims as well. Hesketh does well to get round the outside of his man. First pull back and then a second, turns back into trouble, but will keep hold of possession. Find Johnson. McQueen. Saints forced back towards the halfway line. We'll try and recycle something. Slattery, time and space to pick out the feed of Sims beautifully and well controlled by Sims. Again round the outside of his man. Pulled back. Yes. It hits the crossbar. Saints feel it went over the line. Referee Samuel Allison waves it away, says play on. Get a good look at that now. Great play from Sims. Johnson at the back post.
That's not gone in.
Off the underside of the crossbar. It looks like it hit the roof of the net almost. Did that hit the roof of the net, Ben?
How's that not gone in?
Johnson under the crossbar. It's bounced back up. It's either hit the crossbar for a second time or the roof of the net. Johnson denied a second goal of the evening. Saints Academy player Ben Cull alongside me tonight for commentary. Ben, I'll ask you to call that one. Goal or no goal?
Oh, I want to say goal, but if that was up the other end of the pitch, I'm going for them.
Where's Hawkeye when you need it?
John, reaction! Well done, Sam. Switch it!
Rope Thorne and Slattery given away in the middle of the park. Lecco. Bradley and Harper in possession and Lecco as well for West Brom.
Stay up, stay up, stay up.
Good defending from Saints, just holding up play. They'll find McCourt, early delivery in from McCourt, headed clear by Jones. Hesketh is there for the second ball, but it's won well by Raheem Harper for West Brom.
Get back in, Robbie!
Long ball forward direct from Southampton in search of Obafemi. They're not giving a minute's peace there to Ferguson at the back for West Brom. In the end, the Baggies do well and will have a chance to come forward again through McCourt.
Yes, get it out! Here! Here!
Jameson, the captain, finds Lecco.
Stop, get yourself on ball.
Around the outside of Valerie. Heavy touch from Lecco, couldn't sort his feet out. To ease the pressure on Southampton. A few controversial moments in the game this evening. Some big calls for Samuel Allison, the referee, to make. One penalty not given to Saints, one given to West Brom, and then this just moments ago. Johnson off the underside of the bar, bounced down, and then as we can see from that angle, bounces up, and it was the crossbar it hit for the second time, so perhaps it didn't cross the line. So close.
It's even hard to
so close.
Bounce on the replay makes me think it went over the line.
It's that angle behind the goal which is the telling one, I think. That shows a bit clearer that when it came up for the second time, it hit the crossbar, the underside of the crossbar for a second time. You can't get much more unlucky than that. Hesketh comes forward again, finds Sims. Lovely ball from Hesketh. Sims just pushed wide, back across the face of goal.
Across the ball.
Cleared by the Baggies, and Lecco will bring it under control. Rowthorne, space to move into now, drives forward, finds Johnson. It's caused real problems for West Brom over, well, in both halves really, down the left side, and again he draws the foul there from the right back Meredith. Strong, intelligent play. What's that? Ball in from Sims. Johnson arriving at the back post. Did it bounce over the line when it came down off the underside of the bar for the first time? No Hawkeye here at Staplewood this evening, unfortunately for Saints. Perhaps denied a fourth goal of the night and a second for Tyreek Johnson. They won't mind as long as the scoreline stays the same.
Inside, Jack. On the side of it.
Long ball forward from West Brom. They'll feel they can still get something out of this game. Of course, got their first Premier League 2 victory in a long time against Fulham last Monday, and they're actually on back-to-back wins as well with a win in the Premier League Cup. Here comes Hesketh for Saints. No options to the right, looks to the left. Eventually it arrives in the form of Sims. Overlapping run from Valerie. Sims will opt in field instead. Smart switch of play from Southampton. McQueen in space. Patient play from the home side. Again, the out ball is Johnson down that left flank. Marked closely by Meredith. This time Meredith does well and will win the throw-in.
Watch it out!
Bradley, the substitute, to Harper. Back to Ferguson, who finds McCourt. Field wide to Lecco.
Keep building!
Sims is there quickly. Lecco will retain possession for the Baggies. Strong play from him. The shout of rebuild comes from James Shan, the Baggies manager. He's of course been involved in the development of players like Saido Berahino and Chris Wood at West Brom. Not dealt with by Southampton. Great save from Jack Rose to tip the ball over the bar. Alex Bradley was the man who found himself in space on the edge of the box, enough room to get the shot away.
Very fortunate there.
It was straight at Rose, but he still had to react well, show good reflexes as the corner comes in quickly. We thought. The referee says too quickly, we'll have it again, and we'll have it from the other side of the pitch. Just while you were watching that replay, Bradley, the man who had the shot, tried a sneaky corner while no one was looking. Samuel Allison says, no chance. That one's not going to count, and you've either got to run all the way to the other side of the pitch to take it. This time it is delivered in. Up with the header was the substitute, Evan Pearce. He wants a corner, feels it came off a Saints head last. A couple of promising moments for West Brom.
Get up, lads, move across, yes.
He seems to be growing in confidence, Ben Cull, as this game goes on.
Most definitely, it's not easy watching from a Saints fan's perspective.
Remember, if you've missed any of the goals this evening, then you can catch them and the highlights as well later on of the match on the Southampton FC Twitter page.
Robbie, check!
Good play again from Johnson over on the left for Saints. Radi Jaidi, vocal on the edge of his technical area, just calling for Jake Hesketh to sit in the hole, not go too far forward. He's fully aware of the way this game is developed in the second half. Saints controlling most of it, but West Brom coming right back into it since that penalty from Callum Morton to make it 3-2. Taken short, and the ball will be held up in the corner over on the far side from our commentary position. Hesketh, he was told to stay, ends up deep inside the West Brom half, and a little bit of afters there as well between the skipper Carl Jameson and Jake Hesketh, just trying to run the clock down. He's certainly been right in the middle of everything for Southampton this evening. Some big midfield battles between him and Sam Field, the central midfielder for the Baggies. A little bit of physicality there with Carl Jameson as well. West Brom want this quickly, but they'll have to wait until they are in the right position to take the throw in. McCourt pressed quickly again by Hesketh, and Josh Sims there as well. Header on by Slattery to Johnson. Strong play again from Johnson. Obafemi will hold it up on the halfway line. Overlapping run from Sims. Hesketh thinks about it, decides against it, eventually does find Sims. Again appeals for handball against a Southampton player. Waved away, throw-in taken quickly, headed clear only as far as Alex Bradley. Couple of step overs, finds Morton. Morton turns straight into trouble. Play on, says Allison. Slattery can come away with it, finds Obafemi. And there is the full-time whistle. It's back-to-back wins for Southampton in Premier League 2. Had to work hard for it in the second half, but you have to say, on the balance of everything, deserving of the 3 points this evening. And depending on how Wolves got on against Newcastle, potentially Saints up to 8th in Division 2 of Premier League 2. Goals from Tyreek Johnson A stunning free kick from Sam McQueen and one for Aaron O'Driscoll in the second half, enough to earn Southampton all 3 points. West Brom battled hard in the second half and got themselves back into the game with Callum Morton's penalty to make it 3-2. Saints resolute in defence and held on well. Ben Carl, your thoughts on the 3 points for Saints this evening?
Very pleasing 3 points. It'll be a good day and a good vibe around the training ground tomorrow morning with how we've played and how we've got the result. Boys will be pleased. It's not been easy and been tighter than we would have liked, but we've got what we've needed.
A word again on this free kick from Sam McQueen.
One I think most players would be proud of.
O'Driscoll's goal at the back post, in the end the winner for Southampton. Callum Morton, the striker for West Brom, winning a penalty in the second half and converting, sending Jack Rose the wrong way, but not enough in the end for the Baggies, and it could have been even more for the Saints. This chance for Tyreek Johnson off the underside of the bar, down onto the line, possibly even over it. No goal line technology here tonight, and then back up again off the underside of the bar for a second time. Really unlucky for Tyreek Johnson. Just finally, Ben, call your standout performer tonight. I guess he'd have to be right up there.
Tyreek Johnson, Sam McQueen, Jake Keskis, Josh Sims. Name any one of them, I think they've shown exactly what they're capable of and more. It's quite hard to choose out of them four, but I'd probably have to go for Sam McQueen certainly with his free kick and then his contribution to overall play.
Saints Academy player Ben Cole, thank you very much for joining us for the coverage tonight. We'll be back on Friday when Saints take on Cardiff in the Premier League Cup. Thank you very much for joining us. But full time here at Staplewood has finished Southampton under 23s 3, West Bromwich Albion under 23s 2.